Hello photography fans, and welcome to another episode about classic cameras and classic photo gear. Today we're going to talk about yet another really cool classic camera. There was a series of these cameras over the years, and this one's rather interesting. The camera is called Edinex, made by Wirgin in Wiesbaden, Germany. It's a German camera. It came in this very well made and very good condition leather case. It's a two-piece case. It snaps together like so. They made some classy stuff back then. So let's take a closer look at a camera. Edinex was a series of cameras. They started between 1948 and they ran into 50s with these cameras. This particular model is a latest model they produced. It was made around 1953. It features vario shutter. Okay, it's very limited with shutter speed. It only goes from 25 to 200th of a second, and then B for bulb. But don't let that fool you. It's still capable of taking some good shots, and it's enough speed for most photography. The lens is a Wirgin, I guess I'm pronouncing that right, Edinex, and it's 45 millimeter. Is it 45? It's 43 millimeter f3.5 lens. Okay. And this looks like a rangefinder camera, but it's not a rangefinder camera. This little window here, its sole purpose is just to frame the shot. You can't focus there. The focusing is done simply by turning the front portion of the lens. Okay, and you can focus as close as 2.5 feet all the way to infinity, which is really cool. Now, to cut the shutter, you simply pull this little lever up here, push it up, and then the release is by your index finger right here, like this. Now to set your shutter, you simply grasp the ring, and then you turn it from 1/200th to B. Alright? To change the aperture, you simply push the little lever on the side of the lens. You push it up or you pull it down. And the reading, aperture reading, you can get from here. It's on the side of the lens. It's the top left side of the lens. So you get it there. Very simple camera, yet very effective. Up here, you have a resettable. It's not automatically resettable. You have to reset it. Shutter counter or exposure counter. So once you finish the roll and you load a new one, you simply take this little knob here, and then you reset it back to 0 or to 1. Now, to load the film, you have to do a series of steps, and that's what makes this camera interesting, more interesting than other cameras that I have. On the bottom you have a bottom plate, so now if you kind of remember your Zorky Russian cameras, you pull this lever out and you turn it. And then you got two letters, letter A a Z. Those are German letters for open and close. That's what I believe. And then you pull the plate out, and it comes out. You put it inside. Now what you do, you take your film, and then you slide it in there. Okay, you put your film here, and then the leader goes in here. Now, in order to spool the film, you pull this lever back, or this knob here, and the door opens up. Ain't that cool? Then what you gotta do, you take the leader that you have here, and you're gonna have to spool it onto the take-up spool. Before you do that though, there's a little ring here. It says R and V. In order for you to spool it onto the take-up spool, you have to make sure that the letter is V on the ring, and it's aligned with a little marker. That will allow you to turn. The advance knob, therefore advancing the film or starting the film. Now, when this is done, you close it. You just need like 2 turns. Close it. Put the bottom plate down, back on the camera. Make sure the arrow lines up with Z. Lock it. And now you're ready to advance the film. Every time the film is advanced one exposure or one full frame, it locks itself. So you have to do another step that kind of reminds you so that you don't take 2 exposures on one frame. What you do here is simply you simply take this little disc here, and then you turn it in direction of the arrow, just slightly, and that will unlock the mechanism, and you're able to advance to the next frame. It is a neat camera. Like I said, 50s camera. I believe it was meant to be cheap rangefinder lookalike. And at the end of this video, you'll see results from this camera I just finished. They might not be very exciting. I didn't have much time to get out and shoot, but nevertheless, you'll have some images to look at. Well, I hope you enjoyed this short trip back in time and the short overview of Wirgin Edinex camera from Wiesbaden or Wiesbaden, I don't know, maybe. And it's a really cool camera. If you ever come across one, purchase one, because they come really cheap and they're really good cameras. Just a note, Wirgin made a lot more different cameras than just these. They made the camera, SLR cameras with no automatic return mirror. You had to recock it and all this good stuff. Almost like EIG and their EXA and Exacta camera. Very, very similar cameras. But if you ever come across one and you want one, buy one. It's a really cool camera. That's it. Until next time, keep shooting film.